Hi everyone, welcome to Transparency Tuesdays. This is my favorite episode, not only because we are talking about the one, but because I'm doing it with the one. This is Vuyani, my husband.
Hi everyone, welcome to Transparency Tuesdays.
So I get asked a lot, how did you know that he is the one? Do you get asked this question as well?
Yeah, people ask that a lot. Like, how did you know that she's the one that I want to get married to?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
What's your response?
it's a hard question to answer.
Mm-hmm.
Because we all different people, but I think as much as it's hard to answer, there's a few things about it that are the easy aspects about it to answer.
Okay.
Like there's things that you shouldn't base the decision on, such as looks, right? You can't marry someone because they look good. And I know guys can fall in love just by looking at a girl. Like I love her. I'm in love. And they've never even spoken to her, but just by looking at her, they're in love. And that should not be how you base the decision of who you want to marry, who you want to end up with.
The thing is, you got a hot wife,
Ooh!
so it's easy. It's easy for you to say that. I got a hot husband.
Yeah.
Well, when I get asked, how did you know that he was the one? My response is, I didn't know. Which is the truth.
Yeah.
I didn't know if you were the one. And the more I got into this relationship, the more I realized that the one is the one you decide is the one. You make someone the one. So you can like them, for a while, but after spending more time with them and getting to really, really know them outside of their physical appearance, then you make the decision, like, okay, this is the one. And I think you can follow principles actually to see if this is where we're going. For me, Vuyani and I have our ministry in common. So we believe in like the Great Commission that was placed over our lives to win souls and make disciples of all nations. I don't think we'll ever get to a point where I'm complaining that you're making too many disciples. Like, if anything, I want you to make more.
Yeah, like I think it's important to have the value, the things that you value the most.
Mm-hmm.
Those are the things that the person you're looking at getting married to needs to have. Those are the same values that they need to have. And like if the Bible, if you believe in God and the Bible is the final authority over your life, then you need to make sure you get married to someone who the Bible is the final authority over their life, because now you're gonna, you and them are gonna become one. You're gonna have one family. You don't want two visions and two ways of thinking in that house.
Yeah, that is true. I think this is the perfect time to put in a little warning for the church girls.
Yeah.
Because now you're talking about the Bible, you guys believe in the Bible. So just because you see someone going to church every Sunday does not mean he's the one, ladies. After all, church is a hospital for the sick. So get to know the person. Like, okay, yeah, he goes to church, hallelujah, but what else is there? Is he faithful? Because looking at something deep, it is just last year we were going through the Omotoso trial. That was a whole pastor who was sexually abusing women. So seeing that he was the pastor, I think it's safe to assume that he was at church every Sunday, every prayer Wednesday, whatever the church program had. So just because he's at church does not make him the one. You can ask most church girls, they've been heartbroken by other church boys. So, yeah, it could be like a big tick, but now you need to look at his life. Is he even applying what is in that Bible?
Yeah.
Is he hearing the word on Sundays? And you will never know that just by watching his church attendance and his physical appearance. That's something you get to know the more time you spend with him. And also, it's important to find his spiritual leader, because that's the person who knows that disciples the most.
Someone he's accountable to. Yeah.
Yeah, yes.
And I think also like don't lower the standard. Like I think the world we live in now has kind of lowered the standard of what a husband should be or what to look for in a husband.
Yeah.
So now like a guy who doesn't hit you is now can be considered a good husband because
he doesn't hit you.
exactly. So don't base your decision on the standards of the world. You need to have your own standard, and that standard needs to be based on the Bible, and that has to be, don't lower it because it seems like everyone else has a husband that cheats on them. So then I'm just gonna he doesn't cheat that much, so I'm just gonna go with him.
No, he cheats with only
Cheats with whatever. Yeah. So yeah, don't let the standards of the world become your standard. Yeah.
On that, I was actually encouraged to lower my standards. I was told my standards are too high. There's no guy who does not cheat, so I must just live with that. I was also told that I will not find a guy who does not want to have sex before marriage, so I must let that one go also. And I was told that I will never find a guy who is 100% into this whole church thing, because supposedly the women are always the ones who are more into it than guys. So based on that, I was told to lower my standards. And if I did find a guy who ticked these 3 things that I mentioned, he wouldn't look this good. That's moral of the story. What I'm trying to say is, do not lower your standards. Don't let age be a thing. Like, oh my gosh, I'm nearing 30, all my friends are married now. You know what, if he has half of what I want, he's the one.
Yeah, don't lower your like don't be in a hurry. Don't be in a rush to get married. Like when I met you, I wasn't looking for a wife, and then you just happened to be there. I got married to you because I loved you. And I think that's important to not just be trying to find a husband or trying to find a wife, and then you're in a hurry, and then you make a wrong decision because time was a factor. Like we're learning about negotiation the other day, right? And they were saying how in a negotiation, the party who is in a rush always has a high chance of getting the worse deal, because time is a thing for you. So like that's why they'll always, if you're trying to buy a house, they'll always say there's other people looking at it, or someone else has already put a deposit, or there's an offer in, or something like that. They'll always get you in a rush, because then you can easily make a bad decision.
Yeah. I made it right. Don't be in secret relationships where for some strange reason you're like, okay, I don't want anyone in my business. Not wanting anyone in your business, that's beautiful. Like we should all protect our privacy and all of that. But a secret relationship, that's dodgy.
Yeah, that's very dodgy.
Why is you could just be a side chick even. Why must no one know about this? And I'm not saying now you must post it all over Facebook and Instagram. Ooh, this is my boo. You can have a relationship of social media, but there must definitely be someone you guys are accountable to use a spiritual leader, because that's my point of reference. these are the people God has placed over your life. You know, they pray over you, they guide you, and they may know things that you don't even know. But because you're so desperate to be married to just anything, like, God, make it happen now, before my eggs expire, because that's what us women get told. Then you start and the fact that you're even doing it in privacy shows that you already know that it shouldn't be happening, but because of your desperation to find the one that all your other friends have found, you're willing to do weird things.
The big thing is just don't look at the outside things as a way to make a decision. Just get to know the person, like she said. Like, get to know who the person is. Don't look at what they have and what they don't have, or how they speak when they're in public, or get to know them, see how they live their life.
Yes.
And are you okay with that being the way that you're gonna live your life? Because that's essentially what's gonna happen.
Don't fall into the trap. This is such a girl thing. Don't fall into the trap of seeing how they live their lives and you're like, I'm gonna change them. No, you're not. The only person who can change a guy is Jesus. Okay, there's a chance that guy's going to die that way. You don't even know how long you'll be on this earth. Just think, do you want to spend 80 years of your life with that guy? The more you try to change him, it's just gonna cause a rift in the marriage anyways, because it's not who he is. It's not in his nature. So if you see the lifestyle, and that's definitely a lifestyle you will not be accustomed to, let it go. And don't, again, lower your standards. So you see that lifestyle and you're like, but you know, he ticks all the other things. That's the lifestyle your children are also going to be a part of one day when you have kids. Like, this is so much bigger than just you. Like, it spreads. So in terms of making sure that this is the person you want to spend the rest of your life with, like we said, check the principles, what they value. Is it in line with what you value, your principles? Also, the way that they treat you. That's very important. Marriage is not a secret potion, you know, where people get married and suddenly they change. It doesn't work that way. So if they were treating you a certain way after marriage, they'll still be treating you that way. You know, so stop hoping and praying and making them the one.
Yeah, but also like when before people are married, you know, they might not be themselves, right? They might also just like be trying to put the best foot forward,
If that horrible treatment he's giving you right now is his best foot forward,
okay.
I advocate for 100% is please do premarital counseling. It's so important. Because in premarital counseling, a lot of things get dealt with that you otherwise wouldn't. I mean, there was a lot of things there that you and I didn't just talk about on a normal date, you know. So there's things that need to be addressed, dealt with. It will help you a lot.
And also, like, this is, as much as, you know, a lot of emotions are involved when you fall in love and you want to get married. It's important to not base your decisions solely on your emotions. Like, you're probably not feeling the same way you felt when you woke up.
True.
So don't base your decision on how you currently feel about a person or what's currently happening in your mind. So you need to get to a place where you put your feelings aside a little bit and you make a sober-minded decision. Yeah.
Is that all?
That's all.
Thank you for watching.
Thank you.